All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube platform. We're giving up back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things they shell for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also, remember to like and share this broadcast too. All right, the Nigerian military currently arresting Southeast residents detains outrageous number of Igbos in Niger State's Wawa barracks. This is coming from Barrister Ejiofor. Yes, my people, if this particular talk was coming from the PM Simon Ekpa Njoko, people would come out and say that is always the normal talk of the PM, and we know even at this point that even the Barrister Ejiofor at this point is not in good terms, or PNB is not even happy with everything that is going on with that concerns Barrister Ejiofor, and he's coming out to say this. What does this say about this particular news that is coming out at the moment? Yes, so that you would not claim or say that it's just normal talk just to push the agenda of the Biafra movement. Yes, Ejiofor said that the enforced disappearance in the southeast region of Nigeria has become a harrowing crisis that politicians in the region, especially those who are currently campaigning for elections in 2027, have continued to willfully ignore. Barrister Ejiofor, human rights activist, has raised the alarm over the rising incidents of abductions and enforced disappearances of the Southeast residents, allegedly by the Nigerian security forces, the ZOO security forces. Ejiofor said that enforced disappearance in Southeast region of Nigeria has become a harrowing crisis that politicians in the region, especially those who are currently campaigning for elections in 2027, have continued to willfully ignore. He lamented that hundreds of Southeast elderly parents, young men and women are allegedly regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace, noting that the relatives of the victims could no longer determine the status or whereabouts or whether they were still alive. Ejiofor said that Ejiofor commented in a recent publication that he has raised this alarm over the shocking number of our people being abducted daily by state actors under the guise of combating rising insecurity in the southeast, when actually the people that should be looked into concerning this rising insecurity is the north, as a whole lot of things keep happening out their area. But then what they are more concerned about is the Biafra movement, and that is why they send their people instead of to protect themselves from whatever it is they are facing there, which we all know that it's actually government people that are sponsoring those people that are terrorizing them. Of course, what they have decided to do is to send these same people to us here to come and kill and abduct people that would help the cause of the movement. Hundreds of our elderly parents, brothers, and sisters are regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace. Our concern deepens with the increasing number of distress calls we receive daily from the families of some of these victims of enforced disappearance. It is especially troubling that the relatives of these victims can no longer determine their status, whereabouts, or even whether they are still alive. The reason for their arrest remains unknown because there is no reason, no just cause for arresting these people, further compounding the agony for their families. Unfortunately, this alarming trend has not been met with the deserving public outcry and condemnation, particularly from those who claim to represent us in high political offices. Instead, a fraction of these officials, seemingly absorbed by the privileges of their position, are preoccupied with the preparation for the upcoming election. Now that the Amnesty International has stepped into to corroborate our concerns about these secret abductions and forced disappearances, we call on our political leaders across all levels to denounce the state actors responsible for this crime against humanity and demand an end to these grave infractions. Of course, these people are not concerned because they don't want to get themselves involved or get killed or warned by the people that are actually involved in the abductions. They are scared of them. The leaders are scared of them. They sound what they only are interested in is the money and the positions they would get from when anything works out well for them. He says here that we have also suggested in our various discussions that security agents have the capacity to identify their targets and apprehend the actual threats, yet they continue to target ostensibly innocent and harmless citizens, which is the truth. According to him, these innocent individuals are then transported to unknown locations where they may be either killed or indefinitely detained without any trace. Wawa military barracks in Niger State, for instance, is currently holding an outrageous high number of innocent Igbos who have been detained indefinitely with no hope of freedom in sight. I am urging the governors of the Southeast states to take immediate action and use the machinery of the government to address this high rising trend. My people, this is what it is. Listen to the next audio that comes by. It is going to be very important that you listen as you follow up with everything that concerns the movement. Thank you.
He's out and ready, but we will put him where he belongs.
One thing I know is that the party platform, APC, will be the next governor of Abia State. Go and write it somewhere.
So his own, what matters to him is the party becoming the next governor or taking over the old Abia State. You understand? That is what matters to him. The party APC. It doesn't matter who becomes the governor, but as much as is APC, and he even said that that the man. He said that the man is not that the man is not doing well. He said that it's not that the man is not working. It's not that the man is not functioning. It's not that the man is not doing fine. No, that the man is doing fine. But what matters to him is that his party, APC, must be in charge of Abia State. So it doesn't matter who takes over, either devil takes over or not. It doesn't change anything. But what matters to him is APC to be in charge. The declaration of Biafra. He doesn't care if the next person from APC will be a destroyer. That is the icing on the lives and properties of the citizens of Biafra within that area. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care. What matters to him is that the APC takes over the defunct Abia State. Are you paying attention? We will now make it official. We know them. We are going to do their nation to them. Because let me tell you one thing: Israel, the most legitimate way of building a nation, the most legitimate way, as he said, of coming together to have. I'm telling him now to also when the people within that shall do to you come together to declare the same thing. Japan is doing to those that betray their citizens. The same thing. Israel not when outsiders, the way Britain betray, they invaded Africa and say you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, and on that note, we will jump from today moving forward. You are called the Royal. We will jump into the main segment. That all of you who are not aware, very evening, that was the former name. If you are here, you are listening to me, you're watching this very those of you who are not aware, you are learning. You are a true Biafran. That was true whenever Biafran, you hear Royal Niger Company, it is not a mere say. Use just it was 10 seconds the official name of Nigeria. Make sure you get the 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 persons here to join this very live broadcast because we are about to do something very, very unique. What we are going to do now is going to be very, very significant because this matter we are about to treat now has been lingering. A lot of people are confused. They do not know what is going to happen. When it was amalgamated, it was never amalgamated. They do not know what we meant. It by was amalgamation of Biafra, Royal Niger Company 2024. Many people, millions of Biafrans, until a woman, I'm talking about Biafrans, known not as even outsiders, Biafrans do not understand what we mean by declaring Biafra, and even outsiders are not aware. Suggested so please, name called we are about to do something very important now to let our people understand that name what we mean when we say we are declaring Biafra in 2nd of December 2024. Lord Lugard himself. So get more people involved. Let them come here and hear the gospel and today it becomes
now let's
Nigeria.
Continue.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Today
Are you
is
understanding?
20th day of August
So,
2024, and I am
that
here
is the reality
speaking
on
to you
ground.
from my base in
And
Finland.
let's
I
listen
want to
the
inform
Prime
every one of
Minister
you because it has
once
become very
again as
imperative. Legitimization as we are Nigeria.
First of
Two
all,
is
those
the
of you who
legitimization
have been
of
following
Biafra.
the event, now those of
Like
you
as I
that
was
have been
saying,
following events
the
in
most
recent times, you know, you will understand that
the
some
most
people,
important
some
way,
Afongers,
the best
and
form
some unscrupulous elements
making or
from
having
here
a nation
in Biafra land
is when
and
the people,
of course, we call them Ifajunas.
when
Some
the
of these unscrupulous
gathered
elements have
and
been
make
going
a
about
nation.
propagating
That
lies.
is
In
the
recent
most
times, just a couple
legitimate
of
way
days ago,
of
they
making a
said that
nation.
the Prime Minister of
Not
the Biafra
when you are
Republic
being
government in
invaded
exile
like the
had
zoo.
fled so from Finland
Declaring
to
Biafra
Venezuela.
on
They
2nd of
said that the Prime
December
Minister flee
will
to
now
Venezuela. I don't know
legitimize
how he will flee
the
from
Biafra
his
nation
from his own
as
country,
an
which is
independent
Finland,
state,
to
because
Venezuela,
the
where he has no
origins,
citizenship.
the
So
citizens,
if
the
his own
indigens
a nation
have come
where he
together
owns
to
their
declare from
citizenship
today moving
and
forward,
has
we
served
are
as a
called
military officer,
Biafra,
and of
independent
course, a
state of
politician
Biafra.
in that very nation that understands the
is
meaning
the
of
most
democracy,
legitimate way
respect the rule of law.
making
I
a
wonder
nation.
how he will leave that very nation
Not by invasion.
that protects him and his right and
Now
flee
let's
to
continue.
Venezuela, where
After the
nobody
declaration,
knows him.
we
And
are going to
he
have
has
a
no
very long
citizenship
battle
to
with
that very
Nigeria.
country. So
Very nice
this
and
is
good.
one of the
Very,
things we are talking
very,
about.
very
When they
smart.
now we
when
are
they speak, you begin to
fastly
wonder,
and
are these people no
hastily
more?
getting
These
into
are
the
the
point
things, these are
where
the
I want
proofs
us to discuss.
that show that these people
We are hastily
frustrated with the exit of Biafra
getting
from
into
the
that
zoological
very
republic.
stage.
So he told you that I
you
am
paying attention?
speaking from my base. So
From my location in
the
Finland,
Prime Minister
and of course
of the
you can see
Biafra
the
Republic
background.
government in exile has said
And I am here,
something that
speaking to
people
you
have
from my
always
base
been
in Finland.
confused about.
Pay
I want to
attention.
inform every one of you
Please,
because it
wherever
has
you are
become very
watching from,
imperative
hit the like
as we
button. Whether
approach
you're watching from
December
Facebook or YouTube,
convention
hit the like
in
button.
Finland.
Very, very important. We are
You
live
must
and
know certain
direct.
things.
And of course,
The declaration of the restoration of
time right
independence of
now
Biafra
is
that is to take
approximately
place on the 2nd of
35
December
minutes past 8
is
p.m.
targeted at
in the land of
achieving
Chukwuokike
two
Abiama. This is our
objectives.
live presentation.
One
He
is the
said,
legitimization of Nigeria.
we are
Two
going to
is the
have a
legitimization of
long
Biafra.
battle with the zoo.
Now,
And that takes me
you may
back
be wondering
to what I just said
a couple
how
of minutes ago when I was analyzing Benjamin
the
Carlos' videos.
legitimization
I
of the
said
zoological republic of animal
one
kingdom
thing that
Nigeria
is making
within
Biafra
Biafra
territory
territory that's giving
is
me
something
joy
that
is
we
that
have been
we
carrying
do not
out
know how
for the
long
past few
the
years.
Biafran battle with the zoo
The
will
sit at
last.
home that we observe on a
You
daily
heard me when I
basis
said it.
is
We
not on a
are
daily
not
basis, sorry,
certain
on
how long
on
it will last.
on a Monday basis. That's what is making me
part of
happy.
it.
Whether the zoo is going to surrender,
They call
within
them
6 months, or they're going to surrender within 1 year,
non-state
or
actors.
whatever. I don't know.
That's what they
But
call
one
us.
thing is for sure.
They will
Non-state
surrender.
actors.
And remember,
So in
that
any
we are
country,
not giving
in
up.
any nation,
I didn't
that
say
the
giving up anytime
so-called
soon,
non-state
no?
actors,
Because when you
are
say anytime
giving
soon, it
instructions
look as
and
if
the
there
entire part
there's
of that
any
country
time in
is
future
locked
where you are
down
going to give
on
up.
a
No.
particular day.
Giving
That
up or laying
means
down arms is not
it
in our
is a
dictionary.
vote
This
of
is not
no
1967.
confidence in the government of that
This
very
is not
nation within that very
1967
territory.
and can never
Be
it is
1970.
the
Zoo must be aware of
legitimization
this.
of that
And
name,
again,
of
there's
the
something
name
the Prime
of that
Minister said. We are
nation
getting
or
there.
the government of that nation
So,
within that very territory. The so-called non-state
he
actors
said
have no right
that
to
we are
shut
going
down
to have
the
a
entire
long
region
battle
of
with
any
the zoo
nation that
a
has a
long
government.
battle with the zoo,
No right whatsoever.
which means that
You can't shut it down.
ndị Igbo si na ọ na-abụ
You can't.
esibe
The only people
eghe
that
eghe.
have the
Anyị anọdụ
constitutional
anaghị ana.
right to say
Ịbụrụ onye
today
Igbo, no matter
nobody
where you
goes
come
out
from, you will understand
because
what
you
I
must
say.
give a reason for people to
Esibe
obey you
eghe eghe.
and sit
Anyị
at
nọrọ
home.
anaghị ana.
The only entity that
If I
has
pay
that
you a
very
visit
right to do
in your
so
house
is the government of that
and
very nation,
with determination of
not the
eating
so-called
supper in
non-state
your house,
actors as they call us.
and then you are pretending.
So for
that
the fact that we
is
have
not
been
getting
doing it
done, I will
successfully,
sit.
That
As far as I'm
is
comfortable in
number
that
one,
house,
the
I will sit there
legitimization
and
of the
wait for that
zoological
food
republic of
until
animal
whenever
kingdom
it is done
within
we
the
will eat
Biafra
it.
territory.
We must eat it.
That is
Hallelujah.
number
Whether
one.
me tell me
And
or
then,
I will be there.
in
Not
as
only
much
that, as I'm comfortable there,
we
and you,
have
and
been
you don't have any right,
showing
even though you claim
to the
that
whole
it's your
world
house, but you have no right to
that
ask me to
Biafra
leave.
land
You are pretending the
is
food
a
is not getting done.
nation
I will
of
be
its
there
own
and wait for that food until
that
the
now
food is done.
has
We'll
a
eat it.
government, that now has military organization,
Ghana.
air force, police,
That
navy,
is
and
the battle
everything,
we are in.
including
You must understand
resistance
it.
fighters. We will make the
And has
zoo
the capacity
uncomfortable for
to
them to
conduct
conduct
whether they like it or not, they will
self-referendum,
vacate.
which is voting.
And
voting
that brings me to
plebiscite,
another
whatever you
topic
may call it.
of where somebody made a comment
These
and
are the
mentioned
signs of
something
the
that is called war of
legitimization
attrition.
of an
We will
animal
get
kingdom
into
within
that
Biafra
later.
land.
But let's continue.
So now, this declaration, which is coming,
After the declaration
of Biafra,
we are
which
going
is
to have
coming
a very
as soon as possible,
long
very
battle
soon.
with Nigeria. But
The declaration
this
of
battle,
Biafra
the good news is that we define
will
how
now
this
make
battle
it
will be fought.
official. That is the
good
icing
fight
on
them
the cake.
diplomatically. We will fight
The
them politically.
icing of the
We
on
will
the
fight
cake
them internationally,
will be the
and of course, we will fight them
pronunciation,
locally.
the
We'll
declaration,
fight them locally, which is militarily. We'll fight them militarily.
Now,
The
he said the
declaration
good
will now make
news,
it
the
official
good
to the
news
whole
is
world
we
that
are
these
going
people
to be
have
the one
declared
to
their nation.
define
Because let me
how
tell you
this
one
battle
thing, will be fought.
the most legitimate way.
Some people say
of
building a
do you
nation.
have enough
The
army
most legitimate way
to
of
fight
coming
the zoo?
together to have
Do
a
you have enough
nation
equipment
is when
to
the
fight
people
the
within
zoo?
that very
Do you know
land
they
come
have
together to declare their
armored
nation.
cars? Do you know they have
That
fighter
is the
jets?
most
Do you know they
legitimate
have
form
this and
of
that?
having a
How
nation.
I wish I could see
Not
that
when
video. My God,
outsiders,
there's a
the way
video
Britain
someone
did,
sent to
they
me.
invaded
Someone
Africa
sent, I
and
say,
I'm
you
not prepared for
are
that
Igbo,
video.
you
If
are
I knew, I
Hausa,
would
you
have
are
prepared for
Yoruba,
it.
you
I
are
wish
this
I have
and
a
that.
video
From today
where
they were showing,
you are
they were
called
showing,
Royal
they were
Niger
showing
Company.
military hardware.
For all of you who are not aware,
Military
that
armored
was the
personnel
former
carrier,
name
military,
of Nigeria.
bomber
Those
jet,
of you who are not
fighter
aware,
jet,
you are learning
Super
it today.
Tucano. What's their
That
names?
was the
Whenever you hear Royal Niger
including,
Company, it is not a mere say.
armor tanks
It
and all
was
that.
the name, the
That
official name
US
of
Army
Nigeria abandoned
the
in
official
Afghanistan
name
of the
and ran
Zoological
away.
Republic
They
of Animal
ran
Kingdom
for their dear
Nigeria.
life.
It was called
With all
the
the
Royal
equipment,
the
Niger
Afghanistan
Company territory.
government, which
That was the
you
official
call
name.
Taliban. They
The
were
Royal Niger
showcasing
Company
those arms.
territory. You must
Just
put that. You must remember that word.
How I
Territory.
wish I could
That
see
was
that
the
video.
official name
I would
of
like to play
Nigeria.
it. I
in the
would
olden
love
days.
to
play that video, honestly speaking.
When it was amalgamated, it was
So,
never amalgamated.
people were asking
as
questions.
a Nigeria.
Do you have
It was
arms?
amalgamated
Do you have this?
as
Do
the
you have
Royal
that? Do you know
Niger
Nigeria is
Company
equipped? Do you know
territory.
the zoo has this and that? It is not about
Until
what
a
they
woman
have.
known as Flora Shaw,
This is another thing that every
concubine
individual must understand,
of
that it is
Frederick
not about
Lord
what
Lugard
the zoo have.
suggested the name.
It is
called
about the
Niger
determination.
area.
It is about the
And that
determination.
name was adopted
It is about the
by her
decision.
boyfriend.
And above all, it
man
is
friend.
about the strategy of those who
which
are
is the
fighting.
Lord Lugard himself,
Us.
which is us.
Excuse me.
And today, it becomes
And
Nigeria.
more importantly, it's about the strategy
Are you
of
understanding?
those. So
who are fighting, which
that
is us.
is the reality on ground. And
Is about
let's listen
to the Prime Minister.
So that
Once
is
again,
what the
as we
Prime Minister
Legitimization
said,
of Nigeria.
that we are,
Two
he said the good part
is the
is that
legitimization
we
of
are
Biafra.
going to determine how
Now,
this battle
like
is
as I was
being
saying,
fought. The
we will
most
determine it, not the zoo.
you
In
know,
1967,
the most
they
important
determined for
way,
Biafrans
the best
because
form
of what?
of
We never knew what we
making
wanted
or
to
having
do.
a nation is
The
when the
declaration
people,
of Biafra. Let me tell you another mistake
when the
that
people
caused that very
gathered and
conventional
make
warfare.
a nation.
That is the most
declaration
legitimate
of
way
Biafra in
of making a nation.
1967
Not when
wouldn't
you
have been the
invaded
first.
like the zoo.
So,
Are you paying attention?
declaring Biafra
Ojukwu did it
on 2nd of
as a
December
military man,
will now
military head of state
legitimize
in the old eastern region
the
of the
Biafra nation
a military
as
governor,
an independent state, because
But
the
he
old
did
regions,
not know
the citizens,
that
the
declaration
indigens
would have led
come
to,
together to declare
to,
from today moving
invasion
forward, we are
that
called
caused
Biafra,
the, conventional
independent
warfare.
state of Biafra. So he didn't do the
That
needful.
is the most
he
legitimate
he
way
didn't do.
of
He didn't put
making
many
a
things
nation.
in place because he never knew
Not by
it would have
invasion.
led to that. And again,
Now let's continue.
during that olden days,
After the
the Zoo
declaration,
thought that
we
they
are
can
going
just
to have
invade
a very
Biafra and wipe
long
Biafrans.
battle with Nigeria.
Just wipe all of them.
Very
in
nice and
24
good.
hours.
Very, very, very smart. They never knew it would have
Now
been like
we
that.
are fastly
Are you getting
and
me?
hastily
But now,
getting
this
into
government
the
of
point where
Biafra
I want
has
us
already
to
put
discuss.
everything in place, whereby our men
We are
in
hastily,
the bush,
our men on Imofia, getting into that very stage.
and they know where we are. The good part is that
Are
they
you
know
paying
where
attention?
we are, so they know where to get us.
So,
the Prime Minister
Are you
of the
paying
Biafra
attention?
Republic
They
government
know
know
where
where
to
to
get
get
us.
us.
They
They
know
know
where
where
to find
people
us.
have always been confused.
So you
about.
cannot leave
Pay
us where
attention.
we are and you
Please,
go
wherever you are
outside there
watching
to
from,
look for
hit
us.
the like
The
button,
whole world
whether
is
you're
aware
watching from
where
Facebook
we
or
are.
YouTube. Hit the like button, very, very important. We are
you
live
paying
and
attention?
direct. And of course,
So,
these are the difference.
The time right
We
now
will
is approximately
determine how to
35
fight
minutes
this
past
battle.
8 p.m.
We will
in the
determine
land
it.
of Chukwokikabiama. This is a live presentation.
And there is no any amount
He
of
said,
threat. There is no any
we
amount
are
of
going
amount
to
of
have
diversion
a
of attention
long
that will make
battle
us
with the
deviate
zoo.
from
And
the
that takes me
principles
back
and
to what I
the
just said a
template
couple of minutes
of
ago
this
when I
very
was
war.
analyzing Benjamin Carlos idiocy. I said,
No amount of threat
that
or
one
attention
thing that
diversion
is making me
that will
happy,
make us
that's giving me
change
joy,
the
is
strategies,
that
the
we do
template
not
of
know
this
how
very war.
long we
The
must
Biafran
stick
battle
on
with the
our
zoo
strategy
will
and
last.
defeat the zoological republic. You heard me when I said it. You
We
understand?
are
So
not
we
certain
will
how long it
determine,
will last, as we have already
that's
determined
what is making me happy, whether the
this
zoo is going
war
to
will be
surrender
fought.
within 6 months or they're going to
They
surrender
know where
within
to
1
meet
year
us.
or whatever. I don't know. But one thing is for sure.
I
They will
want to say
surrender.
it again.
And remember
They know
that
where
we
to meet
are
us
not
because they
giving
know
up.
where we are.
I didn't say giving
And
up
we are not
anytime
hiding.
soon.
We are
No.
not.
Because when you say anytime soon, it will look
because
as
they know
if
where we are. No, they know.
there's
But
any
they,
time
let them
in
come.
future
They must come
where
to
you are
meet
going
us.
to give up. No. Giving up or
Whether they
laying
like it
down
or not,
arms is
they
not on our
must
dictionary.
come to meet
This
us.
is not 1967. You cannot chicken out. If you chicken out, if
This
you go
is
and
not
hide in your
1967
barracks and you
and
don't want to
can
come
never
and meet us,
be
then we have
1970.
defeated you.
You
must
must
be aware of this.
because you cannot allow
And again, there's
some
something
group
the
of
Prime Minister
people
said. We are
to
getting
carry
AK-47
So,
within a place where you call your territory inside bush.
he
You
said
can't allow it. You have to go and
that
fish
we
them
are
out.
going
So
to
come.
have a long
The zoo
battle
must
with the
come
zoo
to meet us.
a long
It's a must.
battle
Whether
with
they like
the
it or
zoo,
not, they must come
which
to
means
meet
that
us. Ebe anwa ya
ndị
anọdụ
Igbo si
n'agafa
na
mmụọ.
na-abụ esibe
Ebe anwa
egheghe
ya anọdụ
anyị
n'agafa
anọdụ
mmụọ.
anaghị ana
Mad people everywhere.
ịbụrụ onye Igbo,
No matter where you come from,
So,
you will understand what I said.
the 2nd of December is not
Esibe
after that.
egheghe
Some of you
anyị
will
nọrọ
come and say,
anaghị ana.
oh, there is still military barracks. There is still...
If
you
I
are
pay
going to
you
have
a
them.
visit in your house,
Did you get that?
and
I told you
with
that we have
determination
gotten to
of
the
eating
point that I want to,
in your house,
analyze properly.
and then you are pretending
Those of you
that
who
the
will
food
say,
is not
"Oh,
getting done,"
they
I
are
will
still
sit.
they
As
are
far as
still
I'm
military
comfortable
barracks."
in that house,
They
I
will
will
be
sit
there.
there and wait for that food.
They will be
until
there.
whenever it is done, we will eat it. We must
Pay
eat
attention
it.
to this.
Whether
This is one of the
I will
most
be there.
important
In
part
as much as I'm
of this very
comfortable
video
there,
and
and
of
you
course this very live
you
broadcast.
don't have any right, even though
You will
claim
say
that
after
it's
the
your
declaration,
house,
there's
but you
still
have no right to ask me to leave.
checkpoints.
You are
Some of
pretending
them
the food is not
will
getting
still be
done. I
there.
will be there and wait for that food until the food is done. We will
It
eat it.
is not. Listen.
Are you not the one who is telling us
Are you ready
That is
to
the
fight
battle we are in.
the zoo?
You must
They have
understand
Air Force,
they have a bomber
we
jet,
will
they
make
have
the
a
zoo
military personnel carrier,
uncomfortable
they have
for
armor
them to
tanks and all that.
vacate.
Are you
Whether
not the
they
one
like
saying
it or
it?
not, they will vacate.
So do you think they will have all of these things and then they hear that we have
And
declared
that
Biafra,
brings
all
me
of them
to
they will
another
they will run?
topic.
No, somebody made a comment
No
and
way.
mentioned
It does
something
not
that is called
happen
war
that
of
way.
attrition. We will get
Not you,
into
they tell
that
us
later.
what they have.
But let's continue.
So how do you think that they will have all of those things and then they will run
After the
immediately?
declaration, we are going to have a very
Those things
long
they
battle
have will
with Nigeria.
continue to give them
But
hope
this battle, the good news
and
is that we define how this battle will
encouragement.
be fought.
That
The
somehow
good fight them
they will defeat these
diplomatically,
people because
we will fight them
army
politically,
is trained
we will fight them
not to,
internationally, and of course, we will fight
not
them
to,
locally.
we'll fight them locally,
not to
which is
retreat.
militarily. Army
We'll fight
is
them
trained
whether in
militarily.
the zoo, whether
Now,
zoo army or elsewhere.
He said the
Army
good
is
news.
not
The
to
good
give up
news is we are
until
going
they
to
meet
be
their
the
Waterloo.
one to define how this
That's
battle
why-
will be fought.
Especially this zoo and this Fulani.
Some people say,
we call them Janjaweed.
do you have enough
Until they
army
meet their
to,
Waterloo, they don't give up.
to fight the zoo? Do you have enough
So
equipment
that's why the
to
PM
fight
said we
the-
are going to
the
have
zoo?
a
Do you know they
long
have
battle with the zoo.
armored cars? Do you
So
know they
by
have
the
a
time
fighter
the
jet? Do you
freedom
know
is
they
declared,
have
the
the
and
nation
that.
is declared?
How I wish I could see that video. My God,
That
there's
is
a
when the
video
main
someone
battle
sent to me.
will commence.
Someone sent. I'm not prepared for that.
That's why I told you
for
it's going
that
to be
video.
more
If I knew, I
brutal
would have
because
prepared for
that
it. I wish I
time
have a video
doom.
where they were showing
And this doom
they were
doom,
showing
then
they
our
were
sound will be
showing
sounding
on top of
military
their head,
hardware,
on top of their own head,
military
on top
armored
of their
personnel
own
carrier,
head.
military,
They
bomber
don't know
jets,
what is
fighter
going to
jets,
hit them.
Super Tucano. What's their names?
So how do we
including
conquer it?
including
We will conquer
armor
it
tanks and all that.
because
listen, that
like the
US
proverb I gave
Army
you. I said
abandoned
Esibe in Afghanistan and ran away. They ran
We're in
for
our
their
home.
dear life. Biafra
With
land is
all
our
the
home.
equipment,
We know the
the
terrain. We know
Afghanistan government,
They came.
they are the ones who
you
came
call
here.
Taliban.
They were showcasing
They don't know here more
those
than us.
arms.
Just a couple of days ago.
How
And again,
I
the
wish
spirit of our
I
land
could
is
see
with
that
us
video
because we are
I
fighting
would
to
like to
save the
play
land.
it.
I would love to play that video.
Are you paying
honestly
attention?
speaking.
So now, what next?
People were asking questions.
By the
Do you
time
have,
we keep
arms?
on
Do you
neutralizing
have
this,
terrorists?
do you have that? Do you know Nigeria is equipped?
Sending
Do you
them
know the
to
zoo
Obodo
has
Afudebe?
this and that? It is not
They
about
will
what
run.
they
Also,
have.
also kafaye ju weapon obodo.
This
Also
is
kafaye
another
ju
thing
also.
that every individual must understand.
So if
that
you
it is
say,
not about what
if
the
you
zoo
see,
have.
if you see the
It
barracks,
is about the
don't think that
determination.
once we declare
It is
Biafra,
about the
we will now tell
determination.
them,
It is about the decision.
leave
And
Biafra land.
above
They will
all,
just leave. They
it is
cannot chicken
about
out.
the
They will
strategy
still be
of
doing
those
a
who are
Mokwanda
fighting.
us. Which is us.
And more importantly, is
Once
about
you send
the
them to judgment,
strategy
other
of
ones will
those
come
who
are
continue. We are
fighting,
not
which
we
is
are
us.
not getting tired.
We can
It's
never
about the
be
strategy.
tired. Now, the PM has something else
So
to say.
that
Let's
is
listen
what
to
the
him.
Prime Minister said.
But let me tell
that
you,
we are.
if
He said
the
the good part
Vietnamese
is that
fought
we are
America
going to
for
determine
years
how
and
this
succeeded
battle is
in
being
making
fought.
America to
We will
flee.
determine it, not the zoo.
We
In
are ready
1967,
Nigeria
they
even
determined
more
for
than
Biafrans because
what
of
the
what
Vietnamese did.
we never knew
And
what
we
we
dictate
wanted
how
to
this
do.
particular war will be fought.
The declaration of
Are you
Biafra.
paying
Let me tell
attention?
you another mistake.
That
That's
caused
why I
that
told
very,
you the most
conventional warfare.
another very important part is that the declaration of Biafra in
the
1967
wouldn't have been
the
the
decision and the determination, the decision to fight.
Are you paying
and
attention?
The determination.
Ojukwu did it as a
to
military
stay
man, a
in
military
the
head
fight.
of state, never to quit in the old eastern region of the zoo. A military governor,
And most importantly,
but
he
the
did not
direction
know
and the
that
dimension
that declaration
of the
would
war,
have led to
which will be determined by
invasion
us, that caused
So
the
if the Vietnamese,
conventional warfare.
if the Afghanistans,
So he didn't do the needful.
if the Sudanese,
He didn't-
the South
he didn't
Sudanese, he didn't put
fought
many
for many
things in
years.
place. because he never knew
never
he would have led to that
until their nation
and again
is
during that olden
is
days
guaranteed. Their
the
freedom
Zoo
is
thought
guaranteed.
that they can just
Until their
invade
freedom
Biafra
is
and wipe
guaranteed.
Biafrans. How then do you think
Just wipe
Biafrans
all of
will,
them in 24
will stop
hours.
at any time soon?
Or not even.
They never
How
knew
then
it
do you
would have
think
been
that
like
Biafran
that.
can stop until
Are you getting
the
me?
Zoo
But
government
now,
withdraws
this
their
government
military
of
from Biafra
Biafra
land?
has
The
already
only
put
thing we
everything
need
in place
is
whereby
the
our withdrawal
are
of
in
the
the
Zoo
bush. Our
military
men
from
are in
our
Mafia.
land.
That is the freedom of Biafra.
And they know where we are.
The
I have
good
always
part is
said
that
it.
they know
Not
where we
Tinubu,
are, so they
not
know where to
Opuzodinma,
get us.
not Okezi Ikpeazu, not Soludo.
Are you paying attention?
Withdrawal
They
of
know
the
where
Zoo
to get
Janjaweed
us.
terrorist
They know where
military
to find
in
us.
Biafra land.
Will
So
be
you
the
cannot
free
leave
Biafra.
us where we
That
are,
is the free
and you
Biafra
go
we are talking
outside
about.
there to look for us.
The whole world is
Nothing
aware
else.
where
Nothing
we are.
else. The moment
Are you
they
paying
will announce
attention?
it in Abuja and
So,
call off all the
these
soldiers,
are the difference.
we will
To return
determine
back
how to fight
Abuja.
this battle.
We will
That
determine
day
it. Will be the day
And
of
there is
free
no
Biafra.
any amount
And you
of
don't
threat.
just get that.
There is no
with
any amount of
declaration.
diversion of
The
attention
declaration will
that will make us
legitimize
deviate
your nation
from the principles and
then
the template, the
very
freedom that
war.
you fight for will begin from the day. No amount of threat
The Zoo
or attention
will
diversion
withdraw their
that
military
will make
from
us
Biafra land.
change the strategies, the
That is what
template
we are doing.
of this very war.
We are never
must
going into
stick
conventional warfare
on
with
our
Nigeria.
strategy,
But the
and
delegitimization will take a different tone. And what I'm
You
trying
understand?
to tell you
So we
today
will
is that
determine,
you must be prepared
as we
for
have
a very
already
long
determined,
years
how this war
of battle
will be fought.
for the legitimacy of
They know where
Biafra
to meet us.
government.
Did you get that? I want to say it
A
again.
long
They know
years of
where
battle
to meet us
because they
for
know
the
where we are.
legitimacy of
And we are
Biafra
not hiding.
government.
We are
within
not-
Biafra.
we are
territory.
not saying-
we are not panicking,
And that
because
is
they
the
know where
mass
we are. No,
exodus
they
we
know.
are talking
But
about.
let them come. They must come to meet us. When you hear mass exodus, whether they like it or
Many
not,
of- even
they
the
must
Prime Minister
come to meet
himself
us. That
You cannot
made that
chicken out. If you
declaration.
chicken out, if you go and
Biafra
hide in your
mass
barracks, you don't
exodus.
want to come and meet us, then we have
I'm
defeated
not
you.
sure.
You must come to meet us because
I'm
you
not
cannot
sure
allow
if
some
he
group of people
fully
to carry AK-47
fully
within a place where you call your
understand
territory
the
inside
that
bush.
word.
You
I
can't
believe
allow
that
it. You
God
have
just
to
put
go
it in
and
his
fish them
mouth.
out. And
So
he
come.
pronounced it. But I'm
The
not
Zoo
sure
must
if
come
to meet
to
us.
fully
It's a must.
notice or
Whether they like it or not,
understand
they must
what
come
that word
to meet
stands
us.
for.
Eba
It's just
Wakaya
like
no
when he
Dunaga
mentioned
Famuo.
autopilot. He never knew
Eba
what that
Wakaya no
autopilot
Dunaga
stands for.
Famuo. Mad people everywhere.
God put it in his mouth.
So,
He said it.
the 2nd of
And that word
December is
became
not after
another
that.
thing
Some of
entirely.
you will come and say, oh, there is still
This
military barracks.
Biafra mass
You are going to have
exodus.
them.
Did you get that? We are talking
I told
about
you that we have
when you
gotten
come to the city
point
of
that I want to,
Madrid.
analyze
All
properly.
Biafrans in Madrid. Those of you
Who
who
pack
will
their
say,
their
"Oh,
luggages
they are still
heading to Biafra
they are
land."
still military
I'm telling
barracks."
you, the next day,
They will be
the
there.
people of Madrid will come out
They
to the
will
street
be there.
and they will feel a void. They are going to
Pay
feel
attention
something.
to
They
this.
will feel that
This
something
is
has
one of
left
the
them.
most important parts.
They
They
will
will feel the
of this
scanty
very
of
video
the area. They
and
will
of
feel
course
how
this very live
scanty
broadcast.
the area
will be.
You will say after
You
the
come to the
declaration,
London.
there's
You come to
still,
the streets
you
of
know,
London.
checkpoints. You are no longer
Some
seeing
of them
Biafrans.
will
The,
still be there.
the Londoners
Will feel something. They will
it is
know that
not
something
listen.
has left them. Are you not the one who is telling us
When you
are
come
you
to
ready
the
to fight
city
the
of
zoo?
of
They have
Bayern,
Air Force.
Biafrans
they
have gone.
bomber
It will
jets,
be like
they have,
something just
military,
happened and everybody
personnel
run
carrier,
away.
they have armor tanks and all that.
I
Are you
said
not the one saying
everybody
it?
run away.
So do you think
Remember,
they will
you
have
still
all
have
of
the
these
citizens.
things and then
You
they
still
hear
have
that
other
we have
foreigners
declared
there.
Biafra,
But
and all of them
people
they
will
will
feel
they
that
will run.
something
No.
has happened
In this
no
city.
way. It does not happen. When you go
that
to
way.
Johannesburg and
Not
you
they
don't,
tell us what they
Biafrans
have.
have left.
So how do you think that they will have
The
all of those
citizens
things
will
and then
know
they will
that
run
something
immediately?
has
No.
happened here. Something great that has never
Those
been
things
witnessed
they
before
have
has
happened
will
here.
continue
And people
to
who
give
do not
them
know
hope
that there's a place where freedom
and
has been granted,
who are not following the news
encouragement
will be wondering what
that
has happened to them.
somehow they will defeat this.
Many will think that rapture has taken place. I'm telling you,
not to
most of the cities where Biafrans
to,
are in million will feel that
not to retreat.
rapture has happened. Army
is trained.
What I'm
whether
telling you
in the
now,
zoo,
I'm
whether
saying it
zoo
for the
army
first time
or
in
elsewhere.
history. Go
Army
and
is
mark it
trained
somewhere.
not
That
to
this
give up
very Biafra mass
until
exodus
they meet their
declared by the
Waterloo.
Prime Minister, I'm not certain that he
That's
looked
why
deep or
especially
deeper
this zoo
before
and
he
this
mentioned that
Fulani
word.
army, we call them
Because what
Janjaweed.
will happen with that
Until they meet
mass
their Waterloo,
exodus?
they don't give
What
up.
is going to happen to the various cities
So
of
that's
the
why the
world
PM said
will
we
be
are
going to have
rapture
a
taking place.
long battle. You don't know the
with the
number
zoo.
of Biafrans. You don't
So
really
by
know
the time
the
the
freedom is
of
declared,
Biafran
the
people
nation
around
is
the globe,
declared. When you go to Guangzhou,
that is when the
by
main
the
battle
time you go
will
to
commence.
Guangzhou in China, after
That's why I told
Biafra
you it's
mass
going to be
exodus,
more
the
brutal
following
because
day, that time, the Chinese